Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Riding with PettyHawk, man. Another episode. Make sure you subscribe. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you know the vibes. Hey, we got to talk about, well, I never talked about the Gayle King interview with Lisa Leslie discussing Kobe, man. Because I wanted to kind of fall back and kind of collect my thoughts before I responded to the clip that CBS shared as far as Gayle asking Lisa about Kobe and the accusation of sexually assaulting the female in Colorado, in which he was acquitted and, he wasn't found guilty. And, I listened to all the people respond, most notably Snoop Dogg. And we'll say this, man. If this was 93, 94, 95, with Mitches ain't but hoes and tricks, Snoop Dogg, nobody would have batted an eye at the language that was used towards Gayle. But, seeing Snoop in his evolution and his, his maturity and his elevation in this culture outside of music, cooking with Martha Stewart and doing so many things in the community with his, youth football league. I will say, man, it was a poor choice of words that Snoop used. I'm not saying that he wasn't right to feel that way, but to verbalize it and to take to social media to use those type of words towards another female is something that I don't expect from Snoop now. Like I said, back in 93, 94, 95, 187 on the Undercover Cop, Snoop Dogg, murder was the case, gin and juice, that would have been like, not saying it was cool, but you would have understood, yeah, that's Snoop. Snoop a grown-ass man now. I think Snoop a granddaddy. Like, I didn't want to see Snoop jump out the window like that. And I say he jumped out the window because once he started insulting Gayle, like, you lost your audience. Like, you lost your stance now. Everybody was with you because we know you love Kobe, you had a relationship with Kobe, but once you get out of pocket, people shut their ears off. Once they hear you cussing her out, calling her dog face and stuff like that, nobody's worried about what Gayle said anymore. Now you become public enemy number one. Now you have folks coming at you, Snoop, on some BS. When actuality, Gayle should be in the fire for her poor choice of timing of asking about Kobe's accusations and really doubling down. I do feel like the last question she had for Lisa was the most appropriate one, and one I felt like she should have just asked, period. And that was, do you feel like the accusations from the past should be a part of his legacy? I felt like that question alone was appropriate, and that was the only one she should have asked. Because that would have shut up the gentleman, the comedian that jumped out of pocket, or the female anchors and stuff that brought it up. I felt like she should have been like, Lisa, as far as his accusations back in the past, and you feel like it's fair that people are bringing it up now and still talking about it. Nobody to me would have had an issue with Gayle with that one question. Like, she ended it how she should have started it and left it, in my opinion. But for her to say, it was only dismissed because the shorty didn't want to testify, like, tell the whole truth. Like, multiple traces of semen and schizophrenia, and like, it's all about how you present it. And now, I haven't seen the whole interview. CBS could be more at fault of picking and choosing the parts in which they show, which I know they did. But Gayle, you got to know, you're an OG of this game. You get the big bag for interviewing. You know what they're going to do. It don't matter how great your interview is. If you ask that one question that's questionable, and they know folks are going to, really tune in, that's the one they're going to release first, because that's the one that's going to create traffic. We all know negativity sells. Anybody that's negative in the media will sell more than anybody that's truly always positive. If you loud, rambunctious, can be a troll, can be edgy, you're going to get ahead versus that journalist who's always going to be true, professional, like a dude like Sway. I love a dude like Sway in the morning. I think he's a dope guy in the media. Every time I see him, I really enjoy him. The one thing that made Charlamagne the God, well, Charlamagne is at least himself. I've seen Charlamagne hold great interviews to where he doesn't ask the petty question, but at the same time, Charlamagne's going to ask what he feels like everybody wants to know about. But he's, helped himself as far as the way he packages polls, the way he presents his questions now. But yeah, as a black man in this media, man, I'm not going to call a female out their name, and I'm damn sure not going to call a black female out of their name. I feel like I can articulate myself in an appropriate manner to where I can get my point across without truly having to match them with the same energy. If I feel like she disrespected Kobe, I'm not going to meet it with disrespect, because the disrespect that she displays is going to get lost with my disrespect, and then she's going to become the person that's the victim as far as the eyes of the public. And now I'm going to become the bad guy, and that's what happened to Snoop. Snoop, you became the bad guy. You meant well. You meant to defend the honor of not only your friend, but Vanessa and Kobe's 3 daughters, especially his 17-year-old daughter, who, was along for, grew up through the times of her dad going through that situation and transitioning to make himself a positive figure. And that's another thing. If Kobe was still seen in a negative light, then we can understand the question being asked and the case being so prevalent. But the fact that Kobe transformed himself into a positive figure, inspirational figure after that, and got out of the mud and regained his name and the respect from everybody, that was bad timing. It wasn't like, if R. Kelly passed away tomorrow and nothing was resolved and everybody knew what he was doing with young women. Nobody would bat an eye if somebody continued to ask about R. Kelly's case if he left this earth, because of how his standing is as far as public opinion. And, that could be seen as insensitive, but I'm just being honest with you. Kobe was a positive guy, inspiring a lot of people, doing so much for women's basketball, not only the NBA. So that's why everybody's coming to the defense of, why are we asking about that old ass charge, especially when he got acquitted and, found now guilty, So that's all I had to say, man. We got to stop disrespecting our women like this. We got to do better. As a black man, all we can do is protect our black women, man, especially the OG black women like Gayle. She's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And you hate to make it a white-black thing. I know some folks get uncomfortable because they say, I'm a black man, you got to look out for black women. But I'm just being honest with you, man. It's like, you can't do that. Have that, or if you're going to do that, have the same energy for everybody. But I don't think Gayle deserved people to really call out her name. Like, you can be disappointed in her. Saying you disappointed in somebody is the worst thing you can say. You can cuss me out all you want, but if you tell me you disappointed in me, that means you had high hopes for me and I didn't live up to expectations, and it's hard for me to regain that trust from you. So, I'm gonna just say I was disappointed in Gayle and definitely disappointed in Snoop, man. But he could bounce back. It's the Ball Hawk. Was supposed to be PettyHawk, but Ball Hawk took over again. Y'all make sure you subscribe. Holla at your boy. Peace.